Hello everyone. I am going to present before you session 3 of unit 1 of financial accounting 3 of Mangalore University. The subject is specified for third semester BCom of Mangalore University. In the first two sessions, we have discussed the concept of partnership. We have discussed admission of a partner. We have discussed important reasons behind admission of a partner. Then we have discussed important stages in the accounting adjustment of admission of a partner in the partnership firm. When you are discussing that concept, you have discussed one point, that is, there is an accounting adjustment called treatment of goodwill. Here, treatment of goodwill means we need to follow a procedure for valuation of goodwill or calculation of goodwill. Then we need to follow a procedure for withdrawal of goodwill or taking out the goodwill from the partnership firm, and there may be a procedure of raising of the goodwill. Here in this session, we are going to discuss in detail what is goodwill, what is the need for goodwill, how the goodwill adjustment will be done, and what type of treatment of goodwill will be done in the admission of a partner in the partnership firm. When we are discussing the concept of treatment of goodwill, we can never forget the Indian accounting standards or accounting standards, AS. Here, accounting standards are applicable, and it is the rule that should be followed when we are treating goodwill at the time of admission of a partner. Now, let us try to understand the concept of goodwill. As you know, goodwill is a reputation or the good name or the image that is being generated by the partnership firm over a period of time. Here we know a partner or the partners in the partnership firm, they have spent their energy, they have used their skill and expertise, and they have toiled their life in creating reputation or good name for the partnership firm. Whatever may be the reputation or the image they have created, that will be giving advantage of or advantage in the form of increased profit over a period of time. When a new person is admitted or when the new partner is admitted, that partner will be getting an opportunity to share the future profits and losses. So, whatever may be the efforts that's being put by the old partners in developing the business or in creating the goodwill or reputation, they need to be rewarded, they need to be paid for it, and it is in the form of goodwill that payment will be done in the partnership firm or in the accounting adjustment of the partnership firm. Now, in simple, goodwill is the reputation, goodwill is the good name or the image that's being generated by the partnership firm over a period of time. But in accounting, goodwill is the value of reputation of the firm in respect of profits expected in future over and above the normal profit. That we know, for every investment that's being made in the partnership business or in any business for that matter, there will be expected rate of return. Here, expected rate of return means the normal profit that should be generated. For the normal profit, every business is eligible. In the sense, every person who is investing money is eligible to get a share in the normal profit. Whatever may be the capital invested by the new partner in the partnership firm, it gives him eligibility to share the normal profits of the partnership firm. But the profit over and above the normal profit, that means the additional profit or high level of profit or huge margin of profit, it is actually because of the efforts put by the old partners over a period of time. That is what the reputation or the image they have generated. We need to ascertain the value of it. It is called valuation of goodwill. Here, it is a present value of the firm's anticipated excess earning. Here, excess earning in the sense earning over and above a normal level. It is the extra value attaching to a prosperous business beyond the intrinsic worth of the net asset. Here, it is very simple. Actual value of business means the net worth of the assets. For example, if the business has the building of 10 lakhs, the land of 10 lakhs, machinery of 10 lakhs, motor vehicle of 10 lakhs, and the other tools and implements of 10 lakhs, then the total net worth of assets of the partnership firm or partnership business or any business, that will be 50 lakhs now. In the sense, 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. But if you are valuing the consideration or if you are valuing the price of that business above 50 lakhs, that will be because of the goodwill or the good name generated by the partnership firm. Here, it is actually the potential that business has to earn over and above that particular level. It is actually the value of the partnership firm above the total value of assets in that particular partnership firm. Here, goodwill is actually an intangible asset. Here intangible in the sense we cannot see goodwill, we cannot touch goodwill, we cannot smell goodwill. Here we cannot see it in our eyes, but it will be shown in the books of accounts. Here it is an intangible asset. You may be knowing there are some intangible assets that are being used in accounting. The most important example here is a goodwill. Then we can give the example of patents, copyrights, etc., designs, etc. They are all the intangible assets that will be having value, and they will appear in the balance sheet, but we cannot see them from our eyes. We can see in the accounting treatment only. Now, accounting treatment in admission of partner about goodwill should be done according to the accounting standard 10. I told you AS 10 is the guiding principle for treatment of goodwill in admission of a partner. Here accounting standard 10 is very important here for the main reason that it specifies the boundaries. It says when the goodwill should be recorded, how the goodwill should be treated, and how the goodwill should be accounted for at the time of admission. Here the first important rule which says a goodwill should be recorded in the books only when some consideration in money or money's worth has been paid for it. In the sense, if it is not in the form of money or money's worth, goodwill cannot be recorded. Here this point is very simple and very clear for us to understand. If there is no money value, in the sense if you cannot show it in the form of money, you cannot show it in the form of any receipt or payment for goodwill, you cannot record it in the books of accounts. In the sense, you cannot have goodwill treatment as only book adjustment. Here book adjustment is not allowed as far as goodwill treatment is concerned. And there will be one more accounting standard that will be applicable here is accounting standard 26. It says no goodwill account should be raised in the case of internally generated goodwill. In the sense, again, you cannot make any book adjustment. You cannot go for internally raised goodwill. Internally raised goodwill in the sense at the time of admission simply for the purpose of showing huge value of assets. You cannot add one item as goodwill. You cannot raise the goodwill without a proper reason or without a proper background. That means the accounting standard 26 makes it very clear that you cannot make it internal adjustment. You can raise goodwill only for external value that is being generated. You cannot take it as a part of internally generated value. Now, what are the accounting treatment of goodwill? Here accounting treatment of goodwill can be better understood with the help of journal entries. We know in accounting we usually begin with the books of the primary entry. Here the goodwill brought in cash. Usually it begins with the goodwill brought in cash. I told you only if it is paid in the form of money or money's worth it can be recorded as per accounting standard 10. So let's assume the goodwill is brought by a new partner in the form of cash. Then there will be a journal entry. There will be an entry in the book of primary entry. Cash or bank account debtor, in the sense cash or bank is a receiver of the benefit, to new partner's capital account. Here new partner is a giver of the benefit. As such, the cash comes in and the new partner account or giver's account should be credited. Then if there is simply distribution of goodwill, if there is distribution of goodwill, then it should be distributed among the old partners in their sacrifice ratio. Here the new partner is a person who is the receiver of the benefit. He is getting share in the goodwill. So a new partner's capital account debtor to the old partner's capital account. It is in the form of sacrifice ratio. Then there is one more option here is whatever may be the goodwill that is being brought in by the new partner, it is being withdrawn by the old partners. Here at that time, whatever may be the cash or bank balance that is being brought in by the new partner, that will be withdrawn by the old partners in their sacrifice ratio. Then old partners account will be debited. That means they are the receiver of the benefit. So old partners capital account debtor to cash or bank account. Here cash or banks goes out. We can say like the cash goes out and the old partners will receive the benefit. Now, if the goodwill is revalued, now it is a second type of situation that can come in the treatment of goodwill. If the goodwill is revalued to the extent of new partner's share, in the sense we are going to create the goodwill only to the extent of new partner's share, then new partner's capital account debtor to old partner's capital account. In the sense the old partners are the givers of the benefit, the new partner is the receiver of the benefit. As such, the new partner's capital account debtor to old partner's capital account. Now, there are some instances where the goodwill is already appearing in the balance sheet and it is being revalued. Here the goodwill may appear in the balance sheet and whatever may be the goodwill that is being appearing in the balance sheet, that may be revalued. There are different stages that you can find here. The first stage is to write off the existing goodwill. There is a possibility that whatever may be the goodwill that is existing in the old balance sheet, we may try to write off. Here at the time of writing off, you have to give share to the old partners. Here in the old ratio or in the old profit sharing ratio, it should be distributed because they want to cancel that asset for as a whole. They want to cancel it forever. So what they do is it will be distributed among the old partners. So old partners capital account debtor, they are the receivers of benefit. Old partners capital account debtor to goodwill account, in the sense the goodwill goes out or the goodwill get cancelled from that particular stage. Then if the goodwill is revalued to the extent of new partner share, there is a possibility that we can revalue the goodwill only to the extent of a new partner share. For example, if the new partner is admitted, we may give 1/3 share in goodwill to the new partner. At that time, we may have a procedure for raising the goodwill. The entry will be new partners capital account debtor to old partners capital account. In the sense, in the old partners sacrifice ratio, the old partners are giving the advantage to the new partner. Now, there is a fourth instance of treatment of goodwill. The goodwill already appears in the new old balance sheet, and the new partner brings his share of cash. There is a possibility that goodwill is already there in the balance sheet. Here the goodwill is already appearing in the balance sheet, and the new partner is bringing cash also for the goodwill. Here you want to bring the cash and you want to bring the value of goodwill at the time of admission. Now the first entry will be for writing of existing goodwill. Here existing goodwill can be cancelled. There is a possibility they may cancel the existing goodwill. For that, the entry may be old partners capital account debtor to goodwill account. In the old ratio, they may cancel that goodwill altogether. They may set aside the goodwill. Then if the goodwill is brought in by the new partner in the form of cash, then as usual, cash or bank account debtor, here cash comes in or bank is a receiver of the benefit, debtor to new partner. New partner is a giver of the benefit. And whatever may be the goodwill that is being brought in, it may be distributed among the old partners. There is a possibility that the new partner's share, whatever may be the new partner's share of goodwill, that means the new partner is a receiver of the benefit, and it can be distributed among the old partners. The entry will be new partner's capital account debtor, that is the receiver of the benefit, to old partner's capital account. They are the givers of the benefit. The amount can be distributed by using the sacrifice ratio. Here, you have to keep in mind one important point, that is, as per accounting standard 10, the value of goodwill should be raised in the books. Hence, such value of goodwill should be adjusted through the partner's capital account. If it is raised, then it should be immediately written off. In the sense, here whatever may be the goodwill we raise, that should be distributed and that should be written off. There is nothing like that simply creating goodwill in the books of account and keeping that value of goodwill as it is in the balance sheet. That provision is not there. If you simply raise the goodwill, you have to write off the goodwill. If any money or money's worth is being received, then that value of goodwill that can appear in the revised balance sheet also. Here I will end the discussion. This is a reference. Thank you. Thank you very much.